Hi Pisces, here's your astrology overview for 2024, brought to you by planetswithin.com. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, hang on, because this year is going to be monumental for all the signs. I've said this in my 2024 Outlook overview, that this is going to be a huge year for change, and we are right on course for that change because of some of the outer planets making moves into different signs. One of them is Pluto going into Aquarius, which is going to be your 12th house of spirituality. We also have Jupiter that's going to make a move from Taurus into Gemini, which is going to enter your 4th house of home, feeling, and foundation. And so the other outer planets are also going to get entangled this year, especially the second half of the year. So I'm suggesting to all the signs that if you want to take advantage of opportunities, I would say do it within the first 7 months of the year of 2024. And I do have charts, and I will go over everything for you guys. Now, this reading's for anyone who is born under the sign of Pisces or has a Pisces rising, because this is a general overview, because I don't have everybody's birthday and everyone's birth chart is completely different. So this has to be very general. But you guys are in for a year where you're going to be really working hard for what you want. Many of you may be moving this year. There may be changes to your thoughts and your thinking as well, with Jupiter and Uranus also going through your 3rd house of communication. Your ruler Neptune is starting off the year in direct motion along with Saturn, and I will get into all of that. But let's get started and give you an idea of what's going on here. So the first planet we got to look at, and we do look at the outer planets for significant changes throughout the year, is the Jupiter in Taurus, which is going to wake up on the very first day of January 2024. And so this is going to be big because it's in your 3rd house of beliefs and ideas. And you might find yourself, wanting to make more money or enjoying more of the physical side of life, and wanting to have more things, or it has something to do with your value systems. Because Jupiter in Taurus can be very value-oriented, valuing what I believe, what I want, what I don't want, that sort of thing. So it's in the 3rd house of communication. So some of you may also be enjoying traveling. If you're not physically traveling, then you're mentally traveling, because the 3rd house has a lot to do with self-expression as well, but also short-term travel and communication of all kinds. So you'll find yourself, as we begin the new year of 2024, in this mindset where you need to express yourself and you have all these ideas about what you want to accomplish. I'd say start going after them, because, again, the planets are in a very favorable position the first, I would say, 6 or 7 months of the year. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. But on May the 25th, Jupiter changes signs, goes from an earth sign now to an air sign, which means that communication will absolutely continue to explode. And so anything to do with all these words here, being curious, being persuasive, chameleon-like, being original, this is going to be happening in your 4th house. And so lots of communication at the home front, or having to do with real estate matters, or roommates, or feelings. These are going to all be on the forefront as Jupiter makes its way into Gemini on May the 25th. Now, this is huge because it's going to have you reevaluating everything. It'll also be making an alignment to Pluto in June. So that's going to be huge for many of you as well, in terms of where you want to go next, what you want to accomplish, what it is that you want to do with the home, what is it you want to do with the family dynamics. This is all going to be very important as the year unfolds. Now, Saturn has been in your sign Pisces for quite a while, since March the 7th, and will continue through February the 26th, 2026. And Saturn is about structure and foundation and limitations and karma. See, Saturn requires you to put the effort in order to work hard and get rewarded for it. That's how it works. And it's in your sign of Pisces. So many of you are struggling with this because this is a heavy earth sign, and you're like a very light, watery, dreamy type of energy. But this works well together. Saturn is in Pisces. It works very well for manifesting things. And it starts off the new year in a direct motion in your first house of identity and self. So again, I'm encouraging you guys to follow your dreams, your wishes, and what it is that you want to accomplish in the short term. Go after it, because it will create what you want. Okay, don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Just go after some of the things you want to accomplish, and this is going to help you with the discipline and the structure that you guys need. Now, Uranus is going to be very active in the first couple of months of the year of 2024. It'll be going through your third house of innovation and ideas, and so this again with Jupiter is going to be very monumental this year, because they're going to meet up in April in the sign of Taurus. So you're going to have sudden revelations and sudden awarenesses. Uranus is the planet that does things out of the ordinary. It doesn't like to do things in a very constructive way. And so Uranus is going to wake up your creativity in your third house, the way you express yourself, the way you have ideas. A lot of premonitions are going to come to you guys. Pisces is very intuitive, but they have to learn to trust their intuition. And so this is going to help you a lot with the visionary stuff that needs to be on the table and brought forth. Now, here's another big alignment. Pluto will leave Capricorn again and go into Aquarius. And it'll do that on January the 20th and 21st. And then it meets up with the sun in your 12th house. So there's sudden awarenesses, sudden revelations, or insights about what you're doing and where you're going, your spiritual side of life. This could also represent technology. As you can see here, these are very technical words here. Anything to do with technology, revolution, disclosure, space travel, rebellion, all evolution of some kind is going to take hold for many of you, because this Pluto will be making its way through your 12th house. And so this is the spiritual house. This is the house of, the doorway to the other realms of consciousness. So for many of you, you will absolutely feel more psychic and more in tune with other things around you and other people. And your visions may become very strong. So please jot them down and pay attention to what you're seeing, because this is going to be monumental. Here's the overview for Pisces as we begin the year. As you can see here, Saturn is in your sign in the first house of identity and self, and along with your ruler, Neptune, in Pisces. Now, these two have been causing a lot of confusion in many of you. So if you're a Pisces rising or a Pisces sun, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure what I want. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I feel so much pressure and stress. That's what Saturn's been doing. But these two planets are forcing you to use your imagination to go after what you want. See, one of the problems with Pisces or Pisces rising is they don't know themselves and they don't know what they want. They're like butterflies flying about. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit here, a little bit there. Unless they have some strong fire in their chart or some strong earth in their chart. So these two are forcing you guys to go after something that you really want, something that you want to put an effort into and get back something out of. You see, this is how the world works. Whatever you put the wheels in motion, it comes back to you in some way. So why not, ask for something that you really want? Now, when we look at the top of the chart here, career matters. This is going to be very important for many of you as we start off the new year, because we got Mars, we got Mercury going direct, and we have Venus in Sagittarius. So this is all about career as we start off the new year. So anything to do with business venture, promotions, ideas about moving forward with your plans. This is all going to be on the forefront here for many of you. And here we have the sun going through Capricorn in your 11th house. This has a lot to do with the future and hopes and wishes and dreams for the future. So for many of you, you are absolutely focused on, I'm going to achieve this year. I need to do this. And it's also about planning, because Capricorn is like Saturn. It's one and the same. It's all about planning for the future. Now, when we look at the bottom half of the chart, here's Jupiter going direct as soon as we start off the new year. And here is Uranus in retrograde, but it will go direct on the 27th of January. And I do have a slide for that as well. So everything here is showing me motivation to change, to do something different as we start off the new year. On the 27th, we have Uranus moving direct or stationary position, getting ready to go direct in that third house of ideas and communication. And so this is beginning the stages for setting the wheels in motion for what you want. Okay, it all starts with a thought and then a drive or a determination to go in that direction. But prior to that, on like I said, on the 20th, Pluto will enter Aquarius and will conjunct the Sun in the 12th house. So this could be a sudden aha moment, a realization, an awareness about something that's going on either in your personal life or in society as a whole. Aquarius represents society. And so we may see lots of changes to society this year. You know, I've been talking about this for a while throughout the last few years, how society is going to continue to change. And we're already seeing it. So, you know, you're either part of the change or you're sitting on the sideline waiting for some miracle to happen. And so this is a year where you must either go after what you want or, you know, things will just pass you by. So this is going to be very important for you guys to make things happen. You'll have the power of the planets in Capricorn as well in the 11th house. So maybe associating with groups and organizations and other people helping you out. This is going to be very important as we go into January. Now, here are some of the major alignments that you need to jot down or take a screenshot of this, because these are some of the heavier energies that are coming in. Some of them are positive, some of them are not. Like this first one, January the 20th, Pluto enters Aquarius and conjuncts the Sun. Like I said, sudden awarenesses and revelations. But this one is just as important, April the 20th. When Jupiter conjuncts Uranus in Taurus in the third house. This could be sudden awarenesses, sudden revelations, sudden surprises in the mix that you guys will be paying attention to. Now we have a couple of real positive alignments coming in. May the 23rd, we have Jupiter sextiling Neptune. This could be very positive because Neptune is your ruler. It's in the first house of identity itself. This could be a move. This could be something exciting having to do with, getting a reward or recognition for something that you've done at work. Could be something to do with a family dynamic. You know, you're helping people with their family and your family and so on. So this could be very important. May the 25th, Jupiter enters Gemini. This is where things start to change because Jupiter will enter your fourth house of home, feeling, foundation, and real estate. So there's definitely going to be a lot of dynamic changes going on in that part of your chart. We have another favorable alignment between June the 2nd between Jupiter and Pluto. Again, very favorable alignment between the 4th house and the 12th house. So you may come to some sort of realization or understanding or something to do with real estate in money matters, maybe at the forefront here in this, maybe you're selling your house for a profit or something like that. Maybe you're moving into something better. This could be a good alignment that occurs. Now, the second half of the year or after, let's say, July and August, the energy starts getting weird and wonky. August the 19th, we have the first of two Jupiter square Saturn. These are usually pretty big in society. Jupiter will be in Gemini, squaring Saturn in Neptune, which is basically Pisces, in your first house. So you may feel like whatever you've taken on responsibility-wise could be overwhelming or burdensome. There could be something to do with health matters, and I've called for this something on a larger scale that the psychopaths that run this planet are trying to, bring in more sickness and illness on purpose to control humanity. And so this could have something to do with that as well. So we need to pay attention to that stuff too. September the 1st, Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn at the very last degree. So when it's in the last degree, it usually takes on the characteristics of both signs. So Capricorn and Aquarius. And so this will be giving you one last look at where you've been and what you've been doing and are you on the right track. Then on November the 19th, it enters Aquarius and stays there for the next 20 years in that 12th house of yours. And so that's going to be huge. And then as we wind down the year, in December on the 6th, we have Mars going retrograde. That usually tends to slow us down a little bit. So we'll all be feeling this energy. Again, I think there's going to be some weird energy occurring after September, October, in those time frames for everybody. And then December the 24th, Jupiter squares Saturn once again, having to do with the 4th house and the 1st house. And so this again has to do with the home, feelings, foundation, something to do with family matters that can be a little bit more stressful. Squares are stressful alignments. So we'll have to keep an eye on all that. Now, the eclipses this year are also very big because there's one in your sign right there, and I will get to that. But prior to that, these two eclipses here, the first one, the lunar eclipse in Libra, is going to highlight the 8th house of transformation. This is the house of shared resources. Now, it's a lunar eclipse, which could bring in endings or completions. So there could be something to do with financial matters. And I'll cover each one of these in a chart. This is a huge eclipse right here. April the 8th, the total solar eclipse in Aries. This is going to light up your second house of income and values. So this is going to be monumental. There could be some new opportunities coming your way to make money or a new job or something along those lines. Now, this one on September the 17th is one of the heaviest ones because it's going to be conjunct Neptune, your ruler, in your first house of identity and self. And it's going to be squaring Jupiter, and I'll show you in the charts. But this is going to be a really heavy one that you're going to have to get through. You know, this could be feelings of depression. This could be, responsibilities to no end. And it may have something to do with the family. And so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. October the 2nd, a solar eclipse lights up the 8th house this time. Again, opportunity, money-making opportunity, time for change, a rebirth of some kind that takes place. So as you can see here, the two first eclipse and the last eclipse, both in Libra, but they have two different types of energy. Lunar is about endings, solar is about beginnings. So let's get into the charts and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's the first one on March the 25th. It is a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Libra in the 8th house. So wherever this is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. So generally speaking, the 8th house is about death and rebirth. It's about, just regeneration. It's about shared resources. And it's in the sign of Libra. And it's making an alignment to Pluto in your 12th house. So this is most likely an opportunity to finish up a project or to move away from friends and situations that no longer work for you. Now, you'll notice that all these planets are in the first house of identity and self. So you will be in demand at this time, or there will be a lot going on in your life at this time that you're going to have to be dealing with. So you may overwhelm yourself with work or a relationship that is just, not working anymore, whether it's a financial one or a personal one. And so there's a lot of opportunities here in March. The sun, just came through Pisces and now it's in Aries. So there's a lot on your plate at this time, okay, beginning in the end of February into March. And you will have to make a decision about a relationship or a financial matter that you need to be aware of. The solar eclipse is going to be in Aries at 19 degrees. It'll open up this second house of income and value. For many of you, it has to do with a great opportunity coming your way because we still have Mars and Saturn and Neptune all in your first house. So you will have to make a decision, a new decision, something to do with money matters or investments of some kind. And this is going to open up a door for the entire year to pay attention to, being self-employed or going in a new direction, creating something new that you've always wanted. Again, there's so much energy coming in March and April for you guys to take advantage of change. Okay, so see how it unfolds in your personal life. Now, this lunar eclipse is one I need you to really pay attention to because it's going to be at 25 degrees of Pisces. It's going to be conjunct your ruler Neptune, and then it'll be opposing, the sun here, and it'll be squaring Jupiter here. So this could be a loss of a relationship. This could be a loss of identity, like I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. But it could have something to do with a family dynamic. Maybe you're moving. Maybe there's something going on in the family that's causing this sadness or, despair in some way. Okay, so remember, lunar eclipses are endings, realizations, coming to some sort of awareness. And it may not be anything in your personal life. You're just feeling the heavy energy, as I've been talking about, that's coming in, that's going to basically revolutionize everything. And it may be coming from deep space, as I've pointed out. And it could be that heavy energy that we're all feeling at the time too. So again, don't take it personally, Pisces. You're one of the signs that takes everything personally. Don't do that. Everyone is going through some sort of changes right now, okay? And it's an energy change, and and we're all feeling it. So this is going to be pretty big. And then the last eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra is going to be in that 8th house. So this has a lot to do with new opportunities, new partnerships, new relationships, new gatherings, helping each other out in some way. And so this is going to be new, and look for new opportunities in October. The energy is going to be very heavy, but there's always an opportunity when there's a solar eclipse that comes into being. Now, the Mercury retrogrades, these we need to pay attention to because they always slow us down a little bit. So the first one is in Sagittarius. So this has to do with your career. And so, it's basically propelling you forward in your career, okay, because it's moving direct on the very first day. So you're feeling more supercharged and excited about the new opportunities. But on April the 1st, this eclipse is going to be, this Mercury retrograde, is going to be right before the eclipse. It's sandwiched in between both eclipses. It's in Aries, the second house. And so you're really contemplating, are you on the right track? Is this what you really want? You may be second guessing yourself a little bit, but the energy is going to be so strong on that eclipse. You'll be making a decision. You'll have to be making a decision about something. So it's about investments or money-making opportunities or something along those lines. Now, August the 5th, we have this Mercury retrograde is in the 7th house. This has a lot to do with your relationships. So you may be questioning a lot about your relationships. Am I in the right relationship? Is this what I really want? This is what happens when we go retrograde. We go within and we question everything. So it's totally normal. It only happens for a couple of weeks, so don't dwell on it. And then this one on November the 25th, this goes retrograde again in the career sector, but we've got all this heavy energy coming in the fall. So again, you may be questioning your career path and where you're at and where you're going. And again, it's only a time to review, revise. That's what retrograde means. It doesn't mean sit there and dwell on things. It means review and revise. So we'll have that time frame to keep an eye on. Now, I want to go over some of these dates that you really do need to pay attention to. Take a screenshot of this, jot down these dates, because they're going to be very important, especially the ones in red, which I highlighted, because these are some of the heavier energies coming in. Like on the 21st, Sun conjunct Pluto in that 12th house, full of surprises. In February, Mars conjunct Pluto, again, full of surprises or endings. You may have people leaving your life. Or you're done with projects that no longer work for you. March the 9th, Mars squares Uranus. Once again, from that 4th house of feelings and foundation to Mars, which is going to be in Leo. And so this again has to do with direction and purpose and, feeling the connection to others, having to do with work. Could be some health matters, so pay attention to your health in March. And then, of course, these over here, these are huge as well. Here's April the 20th, Jupiter conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. That's that third house again for you guys. So this has a lot to do with your communication and ideas and wanting to move forward and sudden revelations. Then again, in May, the Sun conjuncts Uranus in the third house. So there's a lot of talk and a lot of communication this year. There's some positive alignments coming in with Jupiter entering Gemini, but here you go, the second half of the year. Mars conjuncts Uranus in Taurus, again the third house of communication and ideas and self-worth. And so then we have the squares, we have the retrograde back into Capricorn, the eclipse that you really do need to pay attention to, and then new opportunities or new doorways that are opening up at the beginning of October. And then, as I said, the last two here are going to end up the year of 2024 with, again, this weird feeling of heavy energy, of uncertainty that we're all going to be feeling. So pay attention. So whatever it is that you want to do this year, Pisces and Pisces rising, do it within the first 7 months of the year. Don't hold back, make it happen, lay the foundation for what you want and go in that direction and, change accordingly. Anyway, always remember we are spiritual beings of light, of energy in these physical containers we call bodies, and we're having human experiences. So always remember that. Always meditate on that. This is what I say to myself all the time. I realize I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. I will do the best I can. And that's what gets us through it. All right? If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Follow me on social media platforms. I will do my best to keep everyone informed throughout the year. And so have a great year, Pisces, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.